G'day guys, welcome to another live reacts here on twitch.tv/magic_cast. If you're watching this on YouTube as well, welcome. Give us a like and subscribe. Also, that will certainly help out the channel. If you do enjoy the content, I'm here with my mates Jason and Will, and we're going to live react, but to a delayed VOD of the Xbox Gamescom 2021 showcase. It happened at 3 a.m. this morning, Australian Eastern Standard Time, so I was not keen to wake up. Here I am on my lunch break, 12 o'clock the next day, or sorry, the same day, I should say, to react with Jason and Will. And we haven't seen anything. I have managed to avoid social media, so I know no announcements out of this. We're not expecting too many big surprises, but just keen to see what Xbox was putting on for their Gamescom showcase. So I'll bring in the boys and we'll get started. All right. I am now ready if you boys are.
Let's do it.
An error has just occurred.
Oh, on your stream?
Yeah, an error with the output. Please check your streaming recording settings.
Oh, that's annoying.
Mm.
All right, while you fix that, Will, any hopes, dreams, predictions for this one?
I just want to see more gameplay of Forza. I'd love to see some sort of gameplay there, and some sort of sneak peek, more gameplay. Nothing too revealing in terms of the storyline for Halo Infinite, and that's pretty much it. And I'm excited to see what the indie developers bring out and get excited in that. I've been getting into a lot of indie developer games, some from some small studios, and just really enjoying what they've been putting out. So I'm really excited to see what comes out of there.
Yeah, no, I think Forza is probably a sure thing. They have said that there are no big announcements or big surprises, focusing mainly on 2021 content. So we know Forza is currently slated for November 9. I would expect them to rock up with at least a new trailer here. He's hoping they have something new to show. We also got a Halo dev update just the other day, actually, to let us know that both Forge and Co-op will miss launch. Unfortunately, they'll be coming in later seasons, but Big Team Battle tech preview flighting should be happening soon as well. So maybe we get an update on when that's happening. That'd be really exciting. And yeah, Psychonauts 2 is out today, which is great, reviewed really well. We still have Age of Empires coming in October, so maybe we see something for that. Strategy games are huge over in Germany, and while this is a digital event, Gamescom is usually in Cologne, so maybe we see something there. And yeah, I'm keen to see more indie games drop into Game Pass also. We've got quite a few big profile ones that weren't sort of shown at the E3 showcase that they could pop up here. Things like Scorn, Aragami 2. We have... what else? Artful Escape as well. Yeah, how you going over there, Jace?
I'm live apparently. Just making sure that everything's. Oh yeah, let's see.
Yeah, you're live. Okay. You're live for me.
All right, great.
You are, yeah.
Do you want to do your intro, then we'll get going?
I might do my intro if you guys don't mind. Give me one moment.
Yeah, I kind of wish we were getting some new announcements just while Jason does that. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully something at the Game Awards later this year. They revealed Perfect Dark last year at the Game Awards, so maybe we see something new there from them. Yeah, maybe something new on Sea of Thieves, and we just got the Pirates of the Caribbean DLC not long ago.
And Rockwood here as well. So we're going to be live reacting. How we doing, fellas?
Hey, Jace. We all good to go?
Hey.
I am good to go. Let's do it.
Should we hit play at the same time?
I've got my water bottle here. I've got my 3 pods left. Let's do it. So let's hit play. Yeah, let's do it.
Should we hit it at the same time?
3, 2, 1, play. Here we go.
All right. And if you're watching in chat, make sure you say hi. Microsoft Flight Simulator.
I played this actually on the other day on the Series X. Managed to land in my street. My house looks nothing like my house. But Mum was having a grand old time. I actually flew her to her the province where she grew up in the Philippines, which is pretty amazing. Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
took up from Sydney and flew up the coast, like Bondi, Coogee.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Gamescom 2021 Xbox stream.
We've got so many great game updates to share with you today. We're talking Age of Empires 4, Psychonauts 2, and my personal favorite, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Later on, we'll take an extended look at Forza Horizon 5.
Hey, there you go, Will.
There's so much going into this, and Playground Games' vision of Mexico is muy bonito.
And we'll be getting our first look at the cover card for the game, Paris. I got $5 on it being one of those electric scooters that you see piled up on the sidewalk.
Will Kate win $5? I guess we're about to find out.
Yes, indeed. Our Xbox Plays team will also chat with devs and deep dive into current and upcoming games all week on twitch.tv/Xbox.
Let's get started with Techland and their upcoming zombie parkour
Oh,
sequel,
Dying Light 2. Here we
Stay
go.
Human.
December.
Is it December? All right. Oh, thanks for the follow.
Hello, I am
26
Timon
minutes ago.
Smetawa, Dying Light 2 lead game designer, and this is David Lubryka, animation director. Hi. We can't wait until December 7th to finally give you Dying Light 2 Stay Human.
What a cool set for
the
them.
game
Jeez.
we have been working on
great.
really
That's high
hard
quality.
for the last few years.
It's like my
We're
own
hoping
apartment.
the gameplay video you're about to watch will give you a foretaste of parkour and combat systems waiting for you in the game.
And we are just about to enter the city, fighting our way through its brutal and dangerous streets. Though, as you will see in a moment, there are plenty of
I
things
still have
you can
vivid
use
memories
to your
of
advantage.
demoing the first
So
game at
watch
EBS
closely,
though,
look for
with
special
you guys.
combos and parkour
Yeah.
moves, and
Freaking
check
out.
out how with just a
Oh
bit
my
of
God.
creativity you can combine.
That's a
the two.
scary game.
Ready?
Man, that was a while ago.
Let's
Was
go.
that Expo 2013? That was the first
I think it was
Expo, wasn't it?
2013, yeah.
Damn.
Like before all this.
That was
Lifetime ago.
Probably
Yeah.
like
That
many
was the
others.
first expo I went with you guys to.
That was my
They
first
had their
Expo as well.
ambitions,
Uh,
plans, lives.
Actually, no, PAX was a bit
all
earlier
gone.
that year, 2013.
The
Melbourne
virus
Showgrounds.
started it, but it was the people who made the world the way it is. This city, Villador. They tell me they had a
I
vision.
know the OG game was
They
like
had
a
hope.
cult classic, right? Like releasing like
Soon,
late
One
January,
vision
early Feb when
broke
nothing
into
else is
many
going on. So a
different
lot of people got
parts.
into it, but I feel as though because it's been so long, excitement's just sort of waned. This one.
oh, really? Because I feel like the Dying Light community is still pretty strong. Like, they
Yeah?
kept supporting
Okay.
that
Instead
for a
of fighting
while.
together,
It's pretty high on the Steam wish
people
list
stood
charts,
against
but
each other.
I don't know. I feel as though
War
so many
broke
zombie
out.
games have come and gone since then. That
Was it a little bird?
and this one's had so much development trouble. I wonder how
Hope
it's going to actually
died.
land.
It's like, yeah,
Gives
that
me
night.
this, like a Mirror's Edge
Now the
vibe,
city is
where
Yeah.
you really like that
Yeah.
first person running sort of.
And that's what I
Parkour.
was just about to say. It scratches that itch
But
for
I
people who
can't
like
let that happen.
Mirror's Edge.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was cool.
That was
Not yet.
Oh,
I need the secrets the city holds.
Fuck! Hey! Still some rats here!
I have to pick a side.
The bazaar needs good people.
You're doing great so far.
Like, they've put so much emphasis on the story and what you can do as your character.
Yeah, there's
I
different
really
like
hope
factions
that-
and whatnot, right? You align
Yeah.
with them. That was the E3 demo from like 3 years ago.
I really hope it pays off for them. Chicken pie!
That's a big ass chicken pie sign.
A series of small gestures.
No beef pie, no other
No,
kind of pies,
this
just
series.
chicken,
Just chicken.
pie. This whole building, 8 stories, all chicken pie. Do you think this could be a Game Pass release?
Oh, that's a good
It was on
question.
Xbox's stage. It's the second time now.
We'll see about that.
Well, that was an exciting trip, wasn't it, Timo? Did you notice those bandits in medieval-like armor passing by skyscrapers, banks, and large billboards? That's what we call a modern Dark Ages.
And it's a very unique design, one very important for the plot of Dying Light 2. But there's another thing that stood out to me, all those parkour moves
love his
that
accent.
you and your team has put so much effort into.
Well, all you need is a few thousand of animations, cooperation with professional tracers, mock-up sessions, and invaluable help from David Bell, whose face and moves player will see in the game, by the way.
No,
Oh, David
yes, right.
Bell!
And we've got twice
Wicked.
the number
Is
of
that-
parkour moves.
So David Bell's like
compared to
the
first
grandfather
game,
of parkour.
and we are showing some
right.
of them in this trailer.
Yeah.
The vault kicks being the most important to me personally. It brings a whole new fighting style
There's a
into
movie
the game.
called,
the player can
District
stagger an enemy and use them to
B13.
perform.
It's like a
further
French
attacks, for
film,
example, by
and it's like a French
rebounding
martial
from their
arts
bodies,
parkour film.
jumping of them
It's
onto other
really
foes,
cool.
and so on.
I think we captured the movement really well and made it quite simple for the
I
players
think the
to
wall
perform.
running gives
I
me
can't
like
wait for them
Titanfall
to
2
try it
vibes
out
as
and
well.
tell for themselves how much they love
It's
it.
a mix of a
It's
bunch of
definitely going to be
Now,
useful.
that's a game
the
that
city's
should have gotten
buildings
more
are
love than
higher
launch.
than anything we have done before, improving its
Unappreciated.
verticality.
Very
Players will
unappreciated.
need to find a way to
Released
reach those
right
tall
between Battlefield and Call
skyscrapers
of Duty.
and
Was
other
set to die
challenging
by
spots too.
Then it's good we scattered some helpers around, like a paraglider, which can support players in both parkouring and combat.
Paraglider.
Exactly, and it's gonna do great, especially in fights against humans, which are more frequent and important than in Dying Light 1. It's been over 20 years since the events from the
District-
first
did you see
game, so
District
people
9
adjusted.
sequels coming?
They are much bolder now.
Is it really?
At least during the day.
Hang on, Dying Light
And they
has
are
9
more
sequels.
vicious too.
No.
And I think that's
District
a great
9
summary of this discussion.
Is getting a
Right.
sequel.
Pre-order Dying Light 2 and explore
Blomkamp's
its
back on
vast,
board.
complex world on December 7th. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Oh, so that's a release date. It's December 7th.
No Game Pass. Oh.
For the first time in the storied history of the franchise, Microsoft Flight Simulator launched on a home console
What?
with the release
Who's
on
that other
Xbox
guy?
Series
Khalif
X
Adams?
and S
Is he
last month.
the last time
Reviewers
through
and
the
gamers alike were
the
blown
E3
away by how well the stunning
thingamajig
visuals
Paris
and
just,
the
like,
depth of the
roasted him
simulation
about how
translated
bad
to
he
the console,
cooks.
and that's
With the
why
controller,
I'm
yeah.
extremely
With the controller.
honored to welcome the head of Microsoft
Oh.
Flight Simulator, York Newman, to the stream. York, thank you for being here. The last time we met was at the Xbox Game Showcase, and it was
Oh, I like
getting
this
ready to
jacket.
come out on consoles. How did that go?
It went great. As you said, the reaction to the Xbox console launch was really just amazing. Both from Xbox gamers and from the press, they've been so gracious.
That's a
with their
really cool
feedback.
jacket.
I don't know if you know, but Flight Simulator is one of the highest rated games on Xbox this year, which I think is just great validation that the translation of the simulation to the console has really worked well. Our usage numbers are through the roof. We are absolutely shattering franchise records, and I can tell you, there have never been more people playing Flight Simulator than right now. So it's an awesome time.
That is awesome. Congratulations on the launch, really. But
It's pretty stunning. Like flying over Bondi, you can see
Oh,
like
here we
icebergs.
I want to go to the danger zone.
Oh, really?
So what's going on with Top Gun?
There's so much going on, Paris. So you and I talked about
not like
Top
quite-
Gun Maverick earlier. The fans are
It's
super
not quite
excited.
too
They saw
detailed.
the F-18.
Like, you
They
can't
wait to
tell-
start flying. And
There's
as you
no,
know, it
like,
comes out
evidence
later
of a
this year
pool
as free
in
DLC
Mum's backyard.
alongside the movie.
So it's like
But
not
as
that
the movie is
detailed,
still
but
under
like
wraps,
the,
so
the
are
empty
we.
block
I
at the
can
end of our
still not
street
tell you that
is
much
empty.
about it.
Like there's no house there.
But there's so much else
So it's
going on,
like-
even
it's like
before
that-
Maverick. So
that level of detail.
we are continuing to do our monthly big releases that we've been doing for a long time. And next month, on September 7th, we are launching World Update 6. And this world update, I mean, at the beginning of the show, if you remember, there was
They
a
really need
little
to do
red
Sydney
plane
or
flying
just
into
Australia in
Cologne.
general,
But
because
we did
Sydney
that
is just
because
like
World
the
Update
harbour
6
bridge is just a
updates
flat
that
bridge.
region, the region
Oh,
of
is it
Gamescom,
really?
So Germany,
Oh, that's
Austria, and
disappointing.
Switzerland. And what that means to us is we have new aerial and satellite images. We have a new elevation map that helps us with the mountains, so the Alps actually look awesome now. We have new 3D cities
look at
like
that.
Frankfurt and Wuppertal in Germany. We have Basel in Switzerland. We have Vienna and Graz in Austria, and those cities look just amazing. Amazing. They have like 7 centimeters resolution, and it's awesome.
Oh, look at
but
that.
we want to
Oh.
celebrate the entire region, so we picked 100 of the most scenic places, the most famous landmarks, and we call those POIs, and we sort of spread them throughout the simulation, and we also added airports. We did Lübeck and Stuttgart in Germany, and Klagenfurt in Austria, and St. Gallen in Switzerland. And
yes, they're my
and what
favourite
ties
Swiss
it all
airports.
together is missions.
Definitely.
We're having new discovery flights. We have new
I just
landing
realized
challenges, and we have new.
everyone here has a really cool accent
sort
so
of
far.
Tours of the country, so they
Because
fly you
Gamescom is in
around all
Germany.
the awesome-looking places and really celebrate the beauty of this region of Earth. And this is a celebration of DACH, of Germany, Austria, and
Asobo is a
Switzerland. I'm so happy
French-based
to
team,
be
I
able to
think.
announce the date here at Gamescom.
But he sounds German.
You know,
I mean,
that
France and
is really
Germany is like
incredible,
going
all the
from
different
Sydney to
regions and
Melbourne.
everything that you're going to have in the
And
game. And
Dying
the
Light,
way that
their
you're
team
going to be able
is
to actually
Polish, I
highlight
think.
those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Polish.
I think it's really cool. But you know, for us, it's actually not just the region and the visuals. We
They're
talked a
set,
lot
man.
when you study aviation, when you love aviation like we do. You actually realize that a lot of regions of Earth have a very special relationship with flying, with aviation. Sometimes it's, you know, the first experiments with aircraft, or a famous pilot, or a feat of aviation, or like a local manufacturer. So we thought to ourselves, why do we not use these world updates to celebrate the planes? So we are announcing a new series. We call them Local Legends. And think about that as planes that are locally well known, like in that region, but outside in the world, not so much.
Yeah.
But why not use the world updates to highlight this, to bring these awesome machines to a worldwide audience? So for World Update 6, we picked a German plane from the 1930s. It's called Junkers U-52. In Germany, it's lovingly named Tante U, so Aunt U. And we think of us as sort of a digital preservation. So we really want to get these planes to an extreme level of detail. We're going out of our way to really go deep. So we're doing a full scan. We take full scans of the outside and the inside, as detailed as 1 millimeter, which is as good as you can do.
It's all running on Forza Tech as well.
For the
so
Junkers, we work with
Is it really?
who is the grandson of the original creator of the plane, Hugo Junkers, and he's helping us. He had a
They
ton
helped
of
adapt
insider
the engine
materials.
for
Then we worked with an organization
flight.
that is preserving one of the last surviving examples of the Junkers. So they let us scan and take photographs. And then we were lucky that to find a pilot that actually flew one of those planes while it was still flying in the real world. And he lets us know, like, is the cockpit right and the sounds right? Does it feel right in the air? So we're having a blast working with these experts to really to celebrate this plane, to bring them back to life.
So this is almost like you're creating like a digital museum for aviation inside Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically that. It's a museum with flyable planes. So we're working with 40 museums around the world, and it's honestly one of the funnest parts of the job. You end up working with these curators of planes. These are their babies, and they sort of see the tooth of time in the real world sort of nagging on their remaining planes, and they're so happy when we come in with our scanning equipment, and we're basically capturing their planes, and they know that we can digitally preserve them in perpetuity. And we're actually giving those scans back to the museum so they can do something with it. And it's a great collaboration. And we're actually not just looking back in the history of aviation, we're also looking towards the future. So I have another announcement. We are working with a fascinating German company
Millennium
called
Falcon.
Volocopter. And they're making a
Science fiction planes.
VTOL air taxi for urban traffic.
Don't give me hope,
They have a
Shane.
vision
Don't
of the
give me
future,
hope.
how
Oh,
these
look at
drone-type machines basically connect people in large cities. We're working directly.
Yeah, it
with
would be
the
cool though. I
engineering
mean, I
team to
just
make sure that
joked,
we are
but can you
capturing
imagine
their
if you could
plane and
fly
their aircraft perfectly
like
in the
some
flight simulator? And that's
science
what we're
fiction
doing in November.
ships,
People
like a
already doing
Pelican?
mods.
You weren't kidding when you're saying that there's a lot going on.
Throw a Pelican
I've
in
seen
it.
people do
Microsoft Flight
mods
Simulator.
of
Is there anything else you
in
wanna
Microsoft
share?
Flight Simulator.
Yeah, there's one more thing.
Yeah.
We are. I'm so happy to announce that we've partnered with RARA. That's the Reno Air Racing Association. And every year they put on
This is
something called
hardcore
the-
Microsoft Flight
the
Sim
Steel
talk, right?
National
Yeah.
Championship Air Race.
Fine,
And we're
I'm
bringing
all
this
in.
to Flight Simulator. So this is the fastest motorsport. This is right down your alley. It's the fastest motorsport on Earth. And I actually brought you a little trailer to look at.
So race, speed. We go into the danger zone, baby. Let's go ahead and show that.
Oh, I think one of your streams is a little bit ahead of mine. I just heard him say danger zone and mine's like a little bit behind. Here we go. God, that skybox.
Red Bull Air Racing sort of.
Yeah.
Oh, that really was just a tease, wasn't it?
One more thing.
You know I like going fast, and you know I love being in the danger zone. When is this coming out?
Man, these planes, they fly 500 miles, faster than 500 miles an hour, 50 to 250 feet above the ground. So you are
500 miles
definitely
an
going to be in
hour.
the danger zone. I mean, without going into too much detail, this Reno Air Race is actually the largest expansion we have since we launched on Flight Simulator. It's not just because we scanned all the famous race planes of the world, there's lots of them. This is also the first time when you can basically race against your friends and pilots across the planet.
Oh.
And so a competitive multiplayer is coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator,
Ah.
and that will definitely test your pilot skills.
Flight Simulator
And
to be an
you asked, when is it
esport.
coming out? This is coming out this
Nothing wrong
fall,
with that.
You
so
need a
it's right around
joystick
the
for
corner.
something like this. Like you really
That
can't.
is fantastic.
It's not
And
justification playing
I
on
have
keyboard
the
and
need
mouse,
for
really.
speed, so I can't
It's a
wait
24-hour
to get my
race
hands
from
on this and
Sydney to
participate
London.
in some of these air races.
Awesome, man. We got you covered.
All right, thank you. If going fast on the ground is more your speed, keep an eye out for
Ooh.
extended look at Forza Horizon 5 later on in the stream. We'll also talk with Wasteland 3's game director
They're gonna tease you
about
all
the
up until the
game's
end,
next
Will. They're gonna
big
make you wait.
DLC. But first, if you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, we have some great news for you.
Oh.
Humble, hello.
I just made my first purchase on Humble Bundle.
Nice.
All of the Jackbox games, for like $30.
Good choice.
One that blows the world away. Build a rocket that'll come and
Oh,
take
cool.
away us all. Gonna come back. I am
Oh.
Ooh, that looks cool.
back
Wow.
That does look cool.
in a day. Build a weapon
Oh
that'll
my
turn us
god.
into new
Let's go academia.
Yeah, that's out already. I'm keen to try that. There's so many, other,
is
too
it?
many other games to play.
blows the world away. Build a rocket
This.
I love how
The logo made it.
making them come back.
The logo made it look cooler than I thought. Like in my. Oh, I've heard good things about this game.
back in a day. Build a weapon that'll turn us
Oh, that looks cool.
Looks like MGS vibes there. That perspective.
Yeah, but also like Silent Hill vibes there. Sci-fi Silent Hill. Oh.
Love this track.
That looks cool. Yeah, I've heard good things about unpacking. It's like
Yep,
like an
somehow
IKEA
they
simulator.
did. They added even more games to Game Pass. But let's talk about what's coming up. We're talking Age of Empires 4, the game's creative director, and we're going to see what's next for Sea of Thieves. But now, we've got a new roguelike retro shooter that, in grand retro fashion, sends you plundering through shifting dungeons to defeat a mysterious eldritch terror. Let's dive into the pit.
That looks scary.
It's like Elder Scrolls Online vibes.
Really?
It's just the demon summoning or whatever's going on right now.
This looks like Doom.
I was going to say,
but-
it's like
I was gonna
arena
say-
speed and movement, but magic? I don't know if it's my thing.
Yeah. Into the pit.
Look, I'd try it. I'm not gonna say this game is for me, but I'd try it.
Play it day one.
Well, I am here with creative director of World's Edge, Adam Eyes Creative.
Here we
Adam,
go.
I'm so excited to talk Age 4, of course, because you've brought something a little different and very special today.
Yeah, I have. So, so far we've been showing everyone kind of what Age looks like from in the game, when you're playing it. You've gotten to see a lot of footage of that, and we've also shown a little bit of our campaigns, right, through when we unveiled the 100 Years' War and showed Joan of Arc. But we have yet another way in Age of Empires 4 that we're kind of bringing history to life that we haven't talked about yet.
See, you do this to me. You put me in suspense. I want to know more, so let's go with it. Let's hear more.
Okay, wait, you get 1 moment of suspense. Okay, that's enough. So what we brought today is we have these wonderful little videos that we've created that are interspersed amongst the campaign, and they're about 3 to 5 minutes each. And we have over an hour of them total, and they're called Hands-on Histories. And what they are is a great way to like deep dive on certain fun subjects from the cultures we're representing and just from medieval history.
Excellent.
I
Well,
like
I
this
hear
kind of
you've
stuff.
actually brought one of those segments that you're going to share here for the very first time.
Yes,
Age of Empires stuff.
we are
No, I
going
just
to
like
show you
educational stuff.
the segment on one of the most popular units from Age of Empires franchise and a fan favorite, the Trebuchet.
I did some
Well,
cool
this,
stuff
I
in
gotta
Valiant
say,
Hearts. Do you remember that?
Let's
Where they give you
take
like
a look.
pieces of
Oh,
World War II
yeah.
history based on the items that you pick up in the game.
A
It was really
counterweight
cool.
trebuchet was the king of all siege engines.
That thing.
A catapult capable
Cameraman,
of
get out of the
smashing
way!
down castle walls from great distances. At Warwick Castle in England, they've built a replica, one of the largest in the world. Originating in 7th century China, by the 13th century, trebuchets had evolved into devastatingly powerful weapons.
Such a simple design, but so effective.
It has several key features. A pivoted arm with a weight at one end, and a sling to hold the projectile at the other. To prime, the 6-ton weight is raised using
Imagine being
tread
like a
wheels.
infantryman needing to
So this is
set
one
that
of the
up
wheels,
when
one
you
of
attack.
two that's
It's like a
attached
half-day
to an
effort just to
axle,
start attacking.
which would lift the counterweight, weighing 6 tons. It's
6
based on
tons.
muscle power alone. What's essential about launching a projectile as far as possible is making sure that this end of the arm is moving as fast as possible. So once that weight drops, it really sends this point of the arm moving at its highest velocity.
This was done by positioning the pivot close to the counterweight and by launching the projectile from a sling. When released, the sling whips round, vastly increasing the launch speed. Trebuchets were carefully aimed, like modern guns.
Yeah, it's got like a
In order
2x
to
scope
weaken
on
the
there.
castle walls or even breach them, you had to make sure that the projectiles hit the same spot every single time.
For each projectile to follow the same trajectory, they all had to be the same weight and shape.
Oh my god.
To achieve this, masons used a gauge.
Now I'm going to load this projectile into the sling. Oh, this one must weigh about 25 kilograms, but some projectiles can get up to 150 kilograms. That's the weight of 2 men.
120 kilograms, the weight of 2 men. Oh, fuck.
Trebuchets were also used to throw burning tar,
Shit.
beehives, even dead bodies.
I feel a salad for dinner tonight, fellas.
I feel a salad for dinner.
Did you hear that whoosh?
How far can they go? That's all.
It was the counterweight trebuchet's lethal combination of power and accuracy that made it the ultimate medieval siege weapon.
I feel like I learnt more today than I did in physics in a year at school.
You know I'm going to say trebuchet. Don't care, because that is awesome and remarkably unique, something you don't see in games very often.
Yeah, so, you know, one of the things when we were looking at what we were going to do with Age of Empires 4, there's a phrase I'm really fond of, which is history is only as interesting as the people who taught it to you. And you could say that about any subject, really, right? But I think the great thing is when you have someone that's so enthusiastic and passionate about history, it really comes across. And we wanted to be that kind of teacher for history. And there's a phrase called humanized history that I use to kind of describe what we tried to do, which is we tried to like connect past and present. And you can see that kind of in our briefings as well, where we've got like real stuff with like CG kind of overlaid to show you the history. And so for these, we really wanted to do that same thing. So ourselves and Relic partnered with this amazing group in the UK.
I think your
called
stream's
Lion
going
TV,
through a bit.
and
Will,
they've
do you mind
done
turning it
production
down?
on an amazing amount of shows and documentaries from the BBC and won every award you can imagine for media. And they travel to all of these locations in all these different countries to meet with these subject matter experts and get all of this great footage on how
That's so
things really
cool.
worked
Can you
and
imagine
how
like
things were made.
having that
And
as a job?
it's been
It's like,
delightful.
I'm just gonna go
kind
to
of
all of
through
these
that process
museums.
and, get all these and finally start showing them to everyone.
I love it. Now, you also, of course, you've got a bunch, as you mentioned, of these hands-on history segments. Anything else that you can tell us fans about what we can expect, looking forward to? Any favorites you got coming up?
Oh, well, favorites. Oh, man. Well, I think my personal favorite is one called Medieval Surgery. Okay. And I'm going to let your imagination go with what we might show and what we might talk about in that one.
Yeah.
But the thing I love about them is that they go all over the place. So, we've got ones on warfare and castle building and like how they kept flaming arrows from not going out when you shot them. And but we've also got all
I never
these
thought about
ones
that.
on, like illuminated history and hawk falconing and like horse
cool. So cool.
armor creation. And there's even one on
I'll watch all of
Mongolian
these.
instrumentation, which is really cool because those instruments, we actually use them in the soundtrack for the Mongols when you're playing as them in the campaign in the game.
I mean, I just love the behemoth amount of history that you guys. Age of Empires, always known for bringing history alive in a completely different way. And I also love to mention this to people that you and the team do so much research, and it's so great to see this approach being used in a hands-on history kind of segment. But I mean, what was that approach like to sort of sell going forward, especially since it's such a unique in-game experience?
Well, the cool thing was it was there from day one. It was one of the things I was really wanted to do is try to tell these stories in a different way. But I'll tell you, like full disclosure, it's been insanely nerve-wracking because we're trying something completely different that no one's ever done before in a game, right? We're we're history, but we're a game, but we're teaching you things, but you're having fun. And finding that middle ground has been really challenging. And every time we've shown the campaigns or we've shown these hands-on histories, I've been like, oh God, it's gonna work? Like, people gonna like this? And the great thing is so far, everyone that's really experienced the entire thing put together have just been like, wow, this is great. And it's so different and kind of cool and refreshing. So, so far so good, right? But yeah, it's been a journey, to get all this done and put the whole game together.
Well, I love that you mentioned Journey because we are coming towards the end of this development journey for Age 4. Talk to me about where people can find and learn more about Age of Empires 4. I know they're all chomping at the bit.
Oh, well, October 28th, we are launching the game. You can go to ageofempires.com to learn more about the title. And if you're really, really excited, right now, you can go onto the Microsoft Store or Steam, pre-order the game right now. And of course, we will be there day one, Xbox Game Pass for PC as well. So anyone that's on that can just grab the game and start playing.
That's what you guys are going to be doing?
But
yes, I believe you are a part of something very special.
You're going to join us, Chase?
So Gamescom.
Age of Empires isn't really my thing.
11 a.m. Pacific time. There might be something Age of Empires related in there. So if you're a fan, you might.
Oh yeah, I know you guys do.
Oh, a bit of a tease from Mr. Ice Green.
Maybe.
And I like it very much. Adam, thank you so much for joining us here.
Always a pleasure.
When we really got into Age
Always a
2
pleasure.
Deluxe,
Age of
it was
Empires
so
4
much
looks
fun. We just boot up on like a
fantastic,
Sunday
so I
morning.
cannot wait.
I'll just like,
October
if I was playing by
28th,
myself, I
neither
just
should you. Now we have tons
throw on a
coming up
podcast.
here today, including a new
an
update
exhibition
for
match.
Decay 2,
And then like Kim, Will, and I had
Forza Horizon
some
5 with our friends
like
at Playground
tight
Games,
matches with
but
like
now
we set the
hooked
AI
up
to
with
expert
Henry,
and like
who's gone from flying
on
the
the
skies
on the
and
brink, like
flight
on the
sim
ropes.
to a
They're pushing,
different
then you
kind of
just
class.
steadily push back and survive. And then
That's right, Kate.
And they're out of
Xbox
resources, so
Cloud
you
Gaming
take.
is already
Oh, man,
available
so
on
good.
Windows PCs, mobile phones, and tablets. And now it's coming to Xbox consoles. The future with cloud gaming sounds bright. No waiting to install, no running out of hard drive space, no waiting to patch, and no buying a new console just to play with your friends. See how the vision of cloud gaming will bring people together without barriers.
I would like to see that. Phil?
So when I think about cloud and when I think about gaming, those two things together to me really show you the future where you can pick up something and you could play it anywhere and you could do it quickly.
Well, I do like that red controller.
Yeah, I've been tempted to get that one. Or the lime one. I love the lime one.
Oh, I don't like lime one.
I've got the blue. What?
Cloud gaming.
Aaron, my brother's got the blue.
That's pretty great. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
This actually looks so good.
Oh, dude, we have to play Wreckfest together.
Games are large, and you want to keep the ones
Too
that
many
you know
games,
you love
James.
on your hard drive. Xbox Cloud Gaming is about being able to discover the new ones right away. It's super exciting that for our Game Pass Ultimate members, they will get to experience Xbox Cloud Gaming on whatever console they have.
Cloud gaming is really about looking at how people play differently. I know me in particular, sometimes I just have 20 minutes.
It should be as easy as finding the game that you look for on your console and just jumping right in.
I'd say it would have been nice to just boot up Microsoft Flight Sim and play what I wanted to play without having to download 150
million.
Yeah.
The process itself to get into cloud gaming feels like you're playing on console, right? You go, you find the game you want, you press
Celeste.
play.
So easy nowadays.
So good,
You can
man.
pick up
I was
any
thinking about that the other
device
day.
and pretty much play any Xbox game on Game Pass.
If my friends have titles that I don't have yet, I can just wait for them to send me an invite. It makes content just so much more accessible.
You know what I hate seeing in like modern media?
It's
awesome.
Is
Everything
like
that Xbox is doing right now is just
someone-
getting rid of the limits. of
someone getting
having to
filmed
be on
playing a video
specific
game and they're sitting there
platform
going,
or a specific console, on PC and
hate
mobile,
it.
and now on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are they doing that? I haven't
Games like
noticed.
that.
Consoles can play
Oh,
online
it's just
content.
Well, they lean when they're turning. They're lean.
With cloud gaming, we have the ability.
Okay, so you say that,
video
but
games.
I catch myself leaning like in Rainbow Six Siege in real life.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with like, oh, you know, subtle, like you're in, but like they're like, oh, come on,
Thinking about how we can make content more
you know,
readily available.
you know what I mean?
People
Hate
play
it.
where they want to. Sign me up. I'm ready for cloud gaming right now. Let's do it. When's the release date? When does it release?
Yeah, they better tell us some kind of release date here. Otherwise, if this is just one long ad, then
Holiday
what on earth are they doing?
2021.
Yeah, holiday.
August 9th saw the release of the free optimized update for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice on the Xbox
Senua's
Series S
Sacrifice?
and X, with beautiful enriched visuals thanks to
Jamo's in the
addition of ray
chat says, "Oh,
tracing
Jason does that when he
materials,
cams
alongside
in
performance
Rainbow."
updates. This is the perfect opportunity to relive Senua's journey forward.
I don't like it when people like overreact in games and like get really into it.
No. Okay, yeah, alright.
Meanwhile, Jason's like,
Immerse yourself into this world.
Yeah, alright, fair call,
Agreed.
fair
Speaking
call.
of unique experiences on Game Pass, the Xbox Live team will be taking a look at some
You just got called out,
Xbox
Jace. You
titles.
just got
It just
called
got called out. Yeah, my bad. Holy shit.
And the big
They're also talking with developers from Halo, the Master Chief Collection, Forza Horizon 5, and Destiny 2. So join the live Q&A to get your burning questions answered. You can catch all of those streams on twitch.tv/Xbox.
Speaking of Forza Horizon 5, don't forget our friends at Playground Games will give us an extended look at their monument to motoring in Mexico later on.
just keep teasing Forza. They know people are here for Forza. I was like, it's coming, guys.
Game map plus
Just wait.
that have never been in the
In the meantime, here's
franchise
5 minutes on this one
I've loved
plane.
Everything I've seen
Flight
of
sim.
Forza Horizon 5 so far, and I can't wait. Now, Kate, there's more
Cult
games
the
to check out,
Holy
right?
Detonation.
Well, right you are, Paris. Let's talk Wasteland 3. Their newest DLC
Oh, it's
introduces
DLC.
us to a new cult.
Ah,
The
okay.
Cult of the Holy Detonation.
I will play this once I find time. It reviewed incredibly well.
Detonation is life.
And I've never played it in Exile game.
Deep within Cheyenne Mountain, we've changed. Devolved into the mutations you see before you. Set on a righteous path. The Holy Detonation's life-giving glow should be shared with everyone. May the light of the Holy Detonation purify you. Join us, Rangers.
Looks cool, not for me.
With new patches,
Really
bug
keen to see
fixes,
what their next
and added
RPG is.
features, like a
Said to be
fine wine,
like a
Wasteland
first-person
3
RPG,
just gets better with age.
built
to
on
really
Unreal
savor
5.
the game's bouquet, we're
Should look pretty
talking with
gorgeous.
Inexile game director David
Fallout New
Rogers.
Vegas
David,
too.
thank you for joining us.
I'm super stoked to be
Dude,
here. Thanks.
Fargo,
So
Brian
in the
Fargo in
trailer,
Exile
we
is
saw
one of
that
the
the DLC is coming
godfathers
out
of
on
Fallout.
October 5th, but we know, In Exile, Wasteland 3, you guys have been working on this for a very long time. So can you kind of talk about that journey?
Yeah, our dev team has been working non-stop full tilt.
It's getting to
trying
the point
make
with so many of
Wasteland 3 the
Xbox's
best
games
version of
that,
itself
like,
it could be. Over the past
at
year
least
since its
half
release,
of them
we've
have,
added features, we
like,
balanced,
a
we listened
year's
to the
worth of
community,
DLC,
we fixed
post-launch
bugs,
content,
added
right?
stability, and I really think that the version that we have now is the absolute best version of the game. And if you've never played it before, now's an awesome time to jump in.
Well,
I
congratulations
can't believe
on
they're
everything that you've
adding
been
new
doing with
seasons to
Wasteland 3. Now,
MCC.
this DLC is called The
Like
Cult
there are
of the Holy
new
Detonation.
cosmetics to earn in
Now,
Halo
talk
3.
about that a little bit. Tell
It's
me
ridiculous.
what's
It's
going
still
to
being
go into
served.
this DLC.
2007.
What should we be excited about?
Right. So you've heard of Cheyenne Mountain, right?
Yes.
For those who haven't, Cheyenne Mountain is this top secret military complex buried deep in the heart of Cheyenne Mountain in the middle of Colorado. It's designed to outlast a nuclear winter.
Yeah.
And so when you hit level 16, an old friend calls you and says, hey, I need your help securing this secret military base and all the secrets within. And as soon as you get there, you find 2 warring cults battling over supremacy, trying to take control of the Holy Detonation, which is this pre-war science experiment that they worship as a god.
Yeah.
And these cultists are insane, they're mutated, they've gone totally mad, and all they want to do is share the holy radiation with you and your entire ranger team. How generous.
Yeah, that sounds a lot cooler than some of the cults I may have joined in the past, but this is typical Wasteland fashion. We're really going to be able to get in there and mix it up, right?
Right. So you and your ranger
cult
team
jokes.
insert yourself right smack dab in the middle of their holy war, which, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
And this is a Wasteland game, so you decide everything. Choice and
Oh, did you guys see any of that,
consequence, bread and butter. And so you decide who
60
lives,
minutes
who dies, who
neo-Nazi
gets over,
report the other
who
day?
takes charge,
No.
deciding the fate of the
What?
cults, the Holy Detonation,
Legit,
Cheyenne
like
Mountain, and ultimately
neo-Nazis
all of
operating
Colorado.
in like
This is really
regional
your
Victoria
game
and
to
shit.
craft and mold.
Yeah, that doesn't
So
surprise
the last
me.
expansion was the Battle of
And they just had like
Jamestown,
they had
right? You had
hidden
giant
camera
robots
like
and things
undercover
that.
cop
So,
footage
what are you
and
going to do to actually
their
top
conversations,
something like that from the last expansion?
just talking about how it's like, yeah,
Right.
man,
So we wanted
X,
returning
Y, Z
players to find
race has
something
got to
that
get
they
rid of
could
them.
never
It
find
was out of
in
control.
another version or like in previous versions of Wasteland 3. And so we built this as a Wasteland style dungeon crawl. And in there, you find this awesome mix of mystery, exploration. You're meeting these crazy cultists who have been locked in this like
Is this co-op at all?
time capsule, and some of the raddest boss battles we have ever been able to
Good
build
question.
in a Wasteland
Be a
game.
good co-op game.
That's awesome. I want to get back to the crazy cultists, but talk to me about these big boss
checking
battles.
out
I want to hear more
Game
about
Pass.
that.
Right. So we took the best
Wasteland.
parts of Wasteland combat and we breathed new life into it with objective-based combat, which are basically super rad boss battles. It's no longer you're like huddling in a corner, throwing down turrets, just going on
online co-op.
rampages. It's not about killing, it's about getting the job
player.
done. And so now combat doesn't end until the mission is over.
shit, it's
send
only
you
21
on
gig.
Proper combat missions. You're in there breaking into prisons, rescuing POWs. You're disrupting these high-tech.
wonder how long the
cultist
actual
rituals.
campaign is.
You are splitting your fire team and coordinating like you never
So is this
have
like
had to
XCOM
before.
or?
Like everyone on your team
It's-
has a job.
it's- I
and
mean, it's
really think
more,
this is gonna take old players who know their ranger team like the back of their hands,
RPG
and it's gonna make
than
them
XCOM,
scratch
like
their
that.
head and
XCOM's
really have
like
to rethink how
hardcore
they go about
turn-based
combat
tactics.
and making it new, exciting.
But this is
and-
like
and
a role-playing
challenging
game,
in
so
a,
you're
like, mentally
there's,
in a way we haven't been able to
there'll
really do
be,
before with just
pardon me,
straight
like,
up murder combat.
dialogue choices
Now,
and that sort of thing.
Wasteland has a reputation
Okay.
for being a little silly.
Right.
What are some of the weird characters we can expect in some of the story encounters we'll see in the game?
Yeah, with
Yeah,
Cult of the
XCOM
Holy
also a
Detonation, we
game I
really
would
got
like to play.
cut our devs loose and just let them be creative and fun.
Same, and it
In
looks like it's
Exiles,
totally my
modus
jam, but
operandi is
I don't know.
if
The
we're like
permadeath
brainstorming and
whole
something
thing
makes us
just
laugh, we just put it in the game. That's
intimidating.
just how we do it, and we pick up the pieces afterwards. 'Cause
See,
we
the
wanna
main
make something that
story,
entertains us, and then we
36 and a
know
half
if we're having
hours
fun,
on how
our
long
fans are
it
going to have
says.
fun along with us.
Oh,
And so
right.
It's too
we like to
much. I don't have
explore,
time anymore.
Like really letting you get deep into this like weird radiation cult and let you interact with them and talk with them. And tell stories and like maybe.
I've probably
even join
recommended
them.
this before, Jace, but if
And
you
so,
want like a
for instance, one of the
lighter
characters you meet, one of the
turn-based
first
tactics
cultists you
game,
meet,
Massive
is this
Chalice by Double
slathering
Fine.
beast. He's got like claws
Yes, he
and
has,
fangs
yeah.
and spikes
So
jutting
good.
out, and he's drooling, but he's like the nicest guy in Cheyenne Mountain. Like you meet him and he's like, "Hey guys,
I'm surprised
you
it's
should,
not on
like,
Game
come
Pass,
in here
actually.
and, like soak up some of these rats.
was
It'll be great."
developed
he
and published by
Sherpas
Double
you
Fine.
in and
Now it's
lets you
owned by
meet the
Microsoft,
whole
it should
cult.
be on there.
And another one of my
Ah.
favorites is the Proteus. He's what you get if you took like 20 cultists and you like melted them into a big pile, kind of like I would do this with like a magnifying glass. I would like melt like army guys and like GI Joes into a big pile, and he's wet and sloppy and gross, and he's hard to understand. And
talking
you
about
need
this
a
guy's
translator,
childhood casually.
supposedly. But he's like your number
When I
one
was young,
fan. And getting
I used
to
to
build
melt
like,
all my
this
action
totally
figures.
out there wild extreme character was a ton of fun to write for. It's a ton of fun to like explore like what makes this cult tick, and he's an absolute blast. Hell, even some of the weapons that you find in Cheyenne Mountain, they're devolved cultists. Like there's one guy and he kind of devolved into this like vomiting bagpipe creature, and he has this real like kill me vibe about him. We get to play with these fun body horror themes that let us jackknife between sort of like dark and serious and like goofy and funny, which is a line that Wasteland really loves to ride. Like, you know, a lot of really important stuff is at stake, but, you know, the Wasteland's a pretty bizarre place.
Tell you what, I've seen some really
Now,
awesome.
we talked before,
You probably know about this well.
Wasteland
Maybe you
for a
just saw
while.
Jason, but
There's
just weapon
already
designs in
expansions that
Destiny.
are out there.
That every time I see
Now
like a
new players
really
say,
cool weapon design, I'm like,
watching
oh,
this
maybe
right
I should
now,
play
and I'm like,
Destiny
man, I
again.
want to get into Wasteland.
And I think
3.
about playing Destiny again.
What
I'm like,
would you
yeah, no.
suggest for new players wanting to get into this?
I'm thinking about jumping back into
like,
Destiny
Wasteland
lately.
is like the best version of itself right
But
now.
then I've got, like-
all the work we put in.
They had a new
all these
season
other
reveal
games
just
the past year.
in the last 24
and
hours.
so
didn't they?
you can get the
Which
whole
season
thing
of
with
which?
the Colorado collection. That's the base game.
I don't know, I've
plus,
been off social media
Cult of
all
Holy
day.
Detonation and Battle of
So,
Steeltown,
it
all
was
for
weird
discount.
not
Or
waking up
if
and
you
just
have Game
first
Pass,
thing
you
checking
already
social
have
media. Felt
Wasteland
very
3.
odd.
Just download it and play it.
Felt
And then
liberating.
you can get
Might do
both
it again.
expansions with the expansion pass.
That is awesome. Now, to kind of recap this a little bit, we've talked about, you know, spewing pus bags and these weird characters and
Tell
the
us more about your
cults and the
childhood.
boss battles and all these really cool things that are going to be in Wasteland 3.
Sounds kind of
But
effed up.
please remind everyone before we get out of here, when can you pick up this DLC?
Right, this Work of Passion, it comes out on October 5th. We're really stoked.
That is
I love
awesome.
that.
So this is the cult.
This work of
Holy
passion.
Detonation.
Cult of the Holy
Detonation coming October 5th.
Not sure it's
David,
called
thank you so
Passion
much for
where we
Thanks,
come
Barry.
from.
Appreciate it.
Right. In the 3 years since its launch, Sea of Thieves has played host to some incredible crossovers, including unique ship sets inspired by games like Battletoads, State of Decay, Halo, and more. Today,
Ooh, here we
we're
go.
excited to announce a brand new special event
What's it gonna be?
that will award players an all-new ship as a part of the latest wild crossover
Millennium
heading to
Falcon.
Sea of Thieves. Better yet, this
I think it's
event
gonna be an
begins
internal crossover.
tomorrow.
I'm gonna say
so get ready
Minecraft.
to make some mayhem, and let's get
No,
our
Microsoft
first
Flight
look
Sim.
at
They're gonna put that
their
German plane in
location.
the game.
Oh, Borderlands.
Okay, that's cool. Crossover with third-party publisher.
Yeah.
See, I like that stuff because then it's like your imagination can run wild. Like, okay, who else could they partner with? You know.
It's actually a pretty cool ship.
Guten Tag, everyone.
Guten Tag.
Really cool to be a part of this all-digital Gamescom event. And we were thinking, what's the best way to kind of celebrate Gamescom and to be a part of this as Sea of Thieves? And so we're really excited to reveal that we're bringing the Mayhem ship set that you've just seen, a really, really cool ship that's inspired
What
by
other third-party
Borderlands,
game would you like to see
into Sea of
crossover
Thieves.
into Sea of
And we're
Thieves?
giving all of our players a chance to earn it during kind of the Gamescom time period. So it's been
Mass
really
Effect
cool
would be
to
cool.
work with the Borderlands.
Oh
team.
yeah,
Normandy,
Normandy.
yeah.
Yeah, skin.
Giving
That's
all of
yeah,
our
nice
players a
choice.
chance to earn it as part
Thank
of this
you.
live event that we've cunningly
Hey, you
titled
will?
Wouldn't
Mayhem. You might notice that.
Borderlands.
So you can probably
Not
guess
Borderlands,
the kind of activities that
Red
are
Dead.
involved.
You're getting it.
If you head to
Red
look at
Dead.
any of the outposts in
Red
Sea
Dead.
of Thieves world,
I don't
she'll
know,
be able to
just
fill you
like-
in on the details of what you need to go
Gives me
through
the
to earn
same
the
vibes
ship
as Sea of Thieves
so
with
I
the
hope
whole
everybody gets
pistols
a
and
chance
stuff like
to
that.
take part
Yeah,
in this
that'd be
awesome
cool.
time-limited
Yeah.
event. So
Trying
it
to think of
starts
myself.
today and it runs through to September the 7th. So that's the time period you've got to get your hands on the Mayhem ship set. And I think that's it from me. So as always, I will see you on the seas.
That's a lot of barrels. Whatever happened to that Ubisoft game? Skull and Bone.
No comment.
What's this?
It's like State of Decay.
Hope. It's always
Is this State of Decay?
No, Back 4 Blood, maybe? Oh shit, no, it is State of Decay. Damn, it's still doing DLC.
It's hope that brings us back together.
That was a feral that we saw earlier.
It reunites old friends. It builds new bonds. And in the face of a growing threat, hope is the greatest weapon we have.
I did not expect more DLC for this if this is what this is.
Oh, new map.
Ooh. Okay, I'm back, boys.
60 bases.
Time to load up State of Decay.
You
See you, Chambo. Thanks for tuning in, bro. Take it easy.
Welcome back to Trumbo
September
Valley.
1st? That's,
Well,
no, that's
tell
next
Kim.
Wednesday.
We're lighting back up.
Oh, I've still got to
I'll give you a
download it.
heads up.
Oh, God.
Well, just like
On-
zombies themselves,
honestly,
everything
though,
old is new again in State of
I
Decay
would
2.
prefer that
And
they
we have a
just
guest to
focus
walk us
all
through
their
this
resources
Undead
on number
update. Please
3.
join me in welcoming Undead Labs Director of Communications.
I can
Wanda.
wait.
Hello, Wanda, how are you?
Hello, I'm great. It's great to be here. Talk about the Homecoming update releasing on
That
September 1st.
I am pleasantly
We
surprised
are very
by this.
excited to get this into players' hands.
You are indeed. So let's talk about the Homecoming update. Obviously, we are coming back to Trumbull Valley. We were there for Heartland, the update, back in 2019. Talk to me about the differences, and I'll sit right here and listen because you're adorable.
Oh.
So Heartland is the story mode within the game, but it's a very linear, narrative-driven experience. You know, players couldn't move their communities there. So that's all changed with the Trumbull Valley map. It is the 5th core open world map. It's fully remastered, and it expands into 2 territories.
Oh, okay, so this must be from like
So players can return to
State
Trumbull
of
Valley
Decay
with
1
their
then.
communities,
Original
start
State
new
of Decay,
communities
yeah.
there,
Yeah.
and really start exploring everything that the new map has to offer.
So then, would Homecoming be a sequel then to Heartland?
Yeah, exactly right. So the events in Heartland kind of play out. You see what happens in Trumbull Valley. So we think of it as the
Oh, I'm
third
so
part
excited
of our
for
Trumbull
3.
saga.
I just want to see how
It
good it
began
looks,
with
you
the
know.
original State of Decay game, continued into
Freaking
Heartland,
zombie deer.
and now we see
give
what
it
has
to me.
happened since then.
Give me
and
all the
the
zombie
storylines
animals.
might be coming to a close.
I want to shoot
So
zombie
there
birds.
is a lot for players to discover, a lot of environmental storytelling to find.
So that
and,
was one
you know,
thing
things have
when I
changed.
traveled to
So
America.
this
It was one
isn't
thing
the
that like
Trumbull Valley that players
I just couldn't
might
believe my
remember.
eyes.
So
The
that's
zombie
pretty
birds?
exciting.
Yeah, crazy.
Well,
The
and
zombie
anytime you
birds, I know.
expand something like
But,
Trumbull Valley,
okay,
you just
2
have to
things
have
then.
a
Firstly,
juggernaut
their
of
pigeons
content,
are brown.
pun intended. Talk to me a little bit about what
Yeah.
some of those things are that players can get in on
Secondly,
here now in the
I was just
expanded
driving through LA,
Yes, a ton of new content.
and
In
just
fact, we're
looking off
doing
in the
something
distance,
unique
seeing
with the
like
Trumbull Valley map.
snow-capped
There are
mountains
items there that you can only
just
find on that map and
in the
nowhere else
eye
in the
line.
game,
I'm like,
including
that's
12
not
new
real, is
hunting
it?
outfits, 10 new very cool
like
weapons,
that, like on the
6 new
screen right there.
bases, 2 new achievements for achievement hunters. And on top of that, we are adding the game's 12th bounty pack. So that will be available from the bounty broker across all maps. And I have to say, they are some of the coolest weapons I have ever seen go into the game. I'm so excited for people to find them.
A juggernaut amount of content, and I don't care who
Yes,
sees that
I
second
love
pun
it.
of the day. That works out great. But let's talk about the State of Decay community, because it's absolutely an integral part to this entire franchise. And State of Decay being on Xbox Game Pass, how has that impacted the community? How has that impacted the game? Talk to me about those.
It's been fantastic, and you know, we have an amazing community. We love them so much. In fact, one of the reasons we're doing Trumbull Valley as a map is because it was one of the most requested features from the community, which also makes it very exciting for us to be able to say, we did it, you get it. And we have a major milestone that we're celebrating. State of Decay 2 has 10 million lifetime players.
Oofed.
Wow.
10 million lifetime.
That's
players.
huge.
Hang
That is
your hat
massive.
on that.
The last
I
update they
absolutely
gave
love
was
that. Really great.
5 million,
Incredible, amazing
about
news. Congratulations to
2
you and the
years ago,
entire
I
team
think.
at Undead Labs, man.
So the fact that it came out in
Fantastic work.
2018
well, speaking of
and it's
Xbox
doubled
Game Pass,
its,
let's give me the deets one
its
more time
players.
when it comes to
That's
the
awesome.
update.
So the update releases September 1st. It's a free update for all State of Decay 2 owners, and it's included with Xbox
Start
Game
downloading, Jace.
Happy
It's already
Valentine's
downloaded. I'd never uninstalled it.
Thank you, Wonder, very much.
My
Okay.
pleasure.
Now we move
Let's
from
stop playing
Trumbull
it.
Valley to the Lost Valley of Akria. This mystical
September
location
1st, all
trades
right.
zombies for
Next
ancient
week,
warrior
we're in.
clans.
Guys,
forgotten
next
temples
week,
of long-dead
I need to
god
finish
kings,
the
and a healthy
original
dose
map
of
before we get to
flash.
that.
All this awaits.
Have you finished
you got a
them?
week?
Isn't you
Will?
just
You sort of
I've
you
done,
pick an
like,
alignment,
how
like
many
you sort of pick a speciality for one of your players or one of your leaders. I think like your survivor leaders, and then there's like a story that you complete, and then you can take like your veteran survivors into a new map and up the difficulty, and try for a different
okay.
speciality, like complete the map in a different way.
By the way, what is this? That looked like a.
505 games.
It looked like a.
I completely
In
missed that.
Stray
This
Blades,
looks fun.
you discover the mystical lost valley of Akria, a world which ranges from
like a
overgrown
Souls-like,
temple
but
ruins
colourful.
to frozen caves and
Oh,
winding
okay.
canyons.
Just
A
by you
game
saying that,
world
you have me
that changes
tempted
based on your
because
victories.
that's what I don't like about
You
Souls
use the
games.
stab
They're just
blade to
all
blade
dark and
combat.
disgusting.
If that weren't enough, you even get a fuzzy little pal to help you out. Between the epic fights and this small guy, there's clearly a lot going on here. So let's hear more
from Point Blank Games about Stray Blade.
Hello everybody, I'm Leonard Kausch, game director at Point Blank Games, and today I will show you Stray Blade. Stray Blade is an action RPG where you play a rogue adventurer who is exploring the ancient valley of Akria with his companion, a witty wolf named Boji. Unveil the history of the Forgotten Valley, master the powers of the 3 Akrian metals to restore balance to this war-torn land.
Smart character design. Don't have to animate mouths.
Combat and exploration are the 2 key elements of our game. Let's dive into the combat first. Our combat system merges strategic anticipation of enemy attacks with split-second blade-to-blade reactions.
It's the Souls-like.
It is the high noon of
But
skill-based
colourful.
melee weapon combat.
I mean,
to achieve that,
you
we
have
put
Immortals?
into creating fluid, well-readable animations and epic cinematics.
Are you getting Immortals vibes? Yeah, okay.
You can choose from multiple weapon categories that can be combined to fit
Oh
your
yeah,
playstyle.
I see. I can see what you mean.
Now,
Art style
let's
wise,
take a
yeah.
look at the exploration.
Art style, yeah, that's
Tria's
it. Art style,
colorful
the
world ranges
color.
from overgrown city ruins to frozen caves.
Even
and
the
winding
dark
canyons.
caves are bright and
Together
colourful.
with your companion, explore the deepest corners of an ever-changing world, bristling with adventure. Every discovery holds
I'm gonna have to look up
treasure.
this developer. I've
Find
never
rare
heard of them.
You know what the good
materials,
thing is?
recipes,
I
weapons,
haven't
lore
seen
pieces,
anyone
and
yet without a
beautiful
mask on.
places. Change is part of the
Everyone's
journey,
got a
but
mask
every
on or some
victory
sort
impacts
of
the world
mouth
around you.
barrier.
When you die,
Oh, in the
time
game,
keeps
yeah.
moving forward. Enemies can't stay dead. New foes invade camps that you weakened, and when Boji revives you, only one thing is certain: the change you brought shapes what now awaits you. And of course, get ready for epic boss fights.
I'm starting to have dreams where people are wearing masks.
Oh, really?
We hope you enjoyed
Yeah.
the first look at
That
Stray
is
Blade,
interesting.
which will be out next year. And keep an eye on our social media channels for more information.
That looks
Oh,
good.
22.
I'm keen. Looks.
Next up, one of the most unique games.
Fingers crossed for Game
finally
Pass for
comes
that
to
one.
Xbox.
Yeah, unique.
I don't
As in, my evil twin
think
murdered
I know
4 of my
about
husbands
this one.
because they secretly are in love with me. Unique.
In case that didn't tip you off, we're talking about Crusader Kings 3, the medieval grand strategy and role-playing game that has you trying to defend your royal line from those that would conquer your kingdom, and evil twins apparently.
Yeah. It's coming to Xbox as an adaptation, not a direct port, meaning that the UI and controls have been refined to bring that grand strategy experience to a controller.
Not
I
to
like it.
mention bringing the grand strategy experience to my comfy living room couch.
We'll all be ruling from our throne room soon enough. Check out Crusader Kings 3, now coming to Xbox consoles.
So is this a?
It's a strategy game. It's already on Game Pass PC.
Oh, okay, now
My
pass.
son, we must never forget the crimes committed against us. Your father sought his glorious revenge and failed. He never understood that the greatest wars
Oh, that's
are won
cool.
with weddings, not warriors. With daggers, not
Yeah,
swords.
interesting to see how they adapt this for controller. See how much of like Halo Wars inspiration they've taken.
Only the small
Oh my god, the
minded
giants!
measure success across the span of
It's kind of like a.
single life.
I think it is. Maybe it's
real
text based.
game
I'm not sure.
is played across generations.
It's hyper simulation.
You see, real strategy requires cunning.
Yeah.
Crusader Kings 3 is wild. You really haven't lived until you've made an 8-year-old the King of England.
Well, it's nice to have hobbies. We've all gotten into some weird stuff this past year.
Weird like diving into people's brains and exploring their mental universes.
Psychonauts.
Oh, I'm so pumped.
Psychedelic 60s Wonderland kind of weird.
Exactly that kind of weird, which means I am so excited for Psychonauts to finally get a sequel. It has been so long.
I've never played number
Really is
one,
something
but
special about Psychonauts, isn't it?
There really is indeed. Now, think about this. 2005,
I've started it.
Psychonauts
I'm
originally
only
came
like
out.
an
It was a
hour or so
different
in.
time for gaming. Most of the
But
biggest
I
games
think
that
I
you were
will
talking
try and
about,
finish it before I play
4,
2.
Battlefield 2, Call of Duty 2, they were great games, for sure. But they were all big, beefy shooter games.
Meanwhile, Psychonauts had humor, whimsy, and surprisingly heartfelt moments. It was an oasis of color and humanity in an era when games were increasingly turning grimy, dark, and combative.
Not to mention having some deceptively deep character moments.
That's why the original is considered a cult classic.
It has been a long time coming, and it is finally here. Enjoy this long-awaited launch trailer for Psychonauts.
Well, this shouldn't take too long.
With psychic powers, he dives into your mind.
In James Bond rip.
Raz, and I'm the new. And today is my first day on the job.
Get ready, Rasputin.
Did you forget everything I taught you about levitation, Rasputin?
I'm not supposed to check out equipment to interns.
You did what? Can't we just...
No. Quit picking on the new kid. We were all new once, in case you forgot.
I've got eyes on the target. And I've got eyes on me.
All I see is another unruly peasant.
Oh boy.
When men do misfires, turns our world on its side.
Look at all this color.
I know. It's out of
Oh,
control.
hyper stimulating, eh? Like visual overload.
Mm.
It wouldn't be the first time the Psychonauts underestimated Maligula's power.
Can you imagine getting really drunk and just watching this?
Better yet, getting really high. And
I was about to say. Oh, I just saw Elijah Wood's name.
2008?
Sorry.
When did the first one come out? Like 2008?
2005. It was original Xbox.
2005. Yeah.
Well, it's clear I could not be more excited for Psychonauts.
So what'd you say,
because
Shane?
I gotta be honest,
Someone
in that
what?
original game, we got
I just- that
some
starring
beats that
screen,
need
Elijah Wood
settling.
was on the
If
bottom.
You know the meat circus level.
Did
it
you
is
see
infinite, it is brutal, it is difficult,
the
to
Hot
say
Ones
the least.
episode with
The
Elijah
final
Wood?
level of the original game that came out, and I cannot
Turns
believe
out he's a
the math on
big
this
video
one.
game fan.
16
He was just
years
talking
ago.
about like
Tim,
I love like
Schafer, and
Silent
Lisette
Hill, I love
featuring
Resident
Montgomery. I am
Evil, and
definitely
you know I
dating
think
myself.
Grand Theft Auto was
You all
great. Blah blah
welcome
blah.
from Double Fine
Well, yeah, he
Productions. Thank you
produced
so
a
much for
video
being
with
here.
Ubisoft,
Tim, can you believe
Transcendence,
it has
the
been
VR game, a few years ago.
19
Oh, did
years?
he?
I almost said 19 years.
Yeah, it feels like only yesterday, but it kind of was for Raz because the story picks up right where the first game left off. And even though it has been a lot of years, it's a game that matters a lot to us. We really love it here at Double Fine, and we know that a lot of fans, it meant a lot to them. And so we really want to be true to the spirit.
I was reading
of
an
the first
interview
game,
with
which
Schafer
is-
on
was
GamesIndustry.biz, just dropped
because we
yesterday.
Brought back a lot of the
The Psychonauts
same
2
voice
launch,
actors,
and
we also have a lot of people on the team.
he
here
said that
worked on the first
after
game,
this, they're
as well as
because this is
bringing
like
on a
the
bunch
biggest
of new
project they've
people
ever
like
done.
Lisette.
Thank you.
They're
It's
going to
really
split off and
important
do
for us
like
to
multiple
carry
projects,
the legacy forward, especially
um,
in the style
like they did way back in the
Wonk
day
that
after
was
Brutal
very
Legend. They sort of
prevalent
worked on a
first
big release, and they sort of
Style of
want to
Wonk.
quickly iterate and do
Put it
like
on a
cool
shirt,
new
I'm in there
ideas.
for
So
it. Let's
in
roll
a couple of
it
years, we'll
back
probably
a
see like a
bit. Of
few
course, this
small
can be a
releases
kind of
from
a
them, which is
trippy
really
idea if you're
exciting.
not
Some of their
familiar.
smaller stuff is
Psychonauts,
amazing, like
they
stacking.
still jump into people's
Iron
minds. I'm
Brigade.
assuming like the first game, right?
Really
so
good
if you're
stuff.
so if a Psychonaut sort of dove into my brain, it would be like a lot of Ted Lasso quotes and French bulldog memes. Am I correct, Tim?
Yeah, that's what's fun about a Psychonauts game is that all the levels are different, just like every person is different, based on their personality. If you could jump into someone's mind, what would it look like in there? What would be the color of the sky, and like who would the monsters be? And in Psychonauts, you get to do that because Raz has the power of astral projection. And when he goes in, he gets to fight those monsters and help people deal with their nightmares and wrestle with their inner demons. And so there's a ton of variety, and there's a lot of anything goes. We can go to any location, we can have any art style, and coming up with new levels for the second game was really fun to do.
Well, I loved it from the first game, certainly. Let's talk to a little bit about how that kind of concept expresses itself in the game world. I mean, Psychonauts 2 has got it all over the place, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was really important for us to carry forward the unique brain worlds and unique levels from the first game and the unique style as well. So we were really focused on how we could bring forward that style in Wonk and also bring in new levels and enemies.
Now, of course, it wouldn't be Psychonauts without new mental demons, and I'm sure it's happening in Psychonauts too. What does this mean? Does it mean basically is that we're finally able to slap COVID anxiety
What would the
in
inside of your
face?
brain look like, Jace?
Well, I don't
You
think
would
it's
not want to know.
No, I don't.
Get to slap some panic attacks. COVID definitely.
Black box, Jace. Black box.
Black box.
I
was
just talking to someone this morning about my dreams I had last night. I had like 4 or 5 of them in one.
In addition to that, we also have our
Something to do with me being shrunken down, and there was a cat guarding me, and I had to rescue all the other toys. I had to pull their price tags off to release them.
There are a ranged enemy, and they definitely are challenging.
That was one of them.
Our doubts are our slow, sticky melee enemy. You're also seeing our enabler here. He is.
What about you, Will?
It energizes our whole combat.
What would my mind look like?
So we have a whole cast that you can battle and fight with.
I have this weird ability
including the
for me not to think about anything.
Storm of feelings.
I have this like ability
fucking
where-
void.
Yeah, it's just empty.
Black.
It's just my mind doesn't do anything.
Tim, why is Raz so good at rummaging through
But I
brains?
bet you it's gonna smell like hot chips. So.
Raz is, he has some very special skills. He has 2 whole sets of skills. One being the acrobatic skills he learned growing up in the circus. He
One of the
can
levels
balance
here, I
on
remember like
trampoline,
listening
swing on
to, I think it was a
trapezes, and that
preview or an
helps him
interview.
navigate and get around to all kinds of interesting places.
Like a
But he also
doctor,
has this other side
but
to his personality,
Raz
which is that
goes
he's a
into like,
powerful psychic, so
like
he can
sort of,
levitate objects, he can
I
do
don't know,
telekinesis
solve
and
something, but
pyrokinesis.
he
has, these
accidentally
powers which
causes
people might
her
recognize
to
from the
become
first
like a
game,
gambling
as well
addict.
as, 3
So
new
her
powers
entire
from the
like the
second game. He has
manifestation of her
the
mind
ability to
inside is a
mentally
mix
connect
between
thoughts together
a
and
hospital and a
connect
casino,
two thoughts and
and
actually
like
connect the thoughts
combines together.
To solve
Which I thought was
puzzles
really
and to
cool.
navigate in this
crazy.
So I'm trying to think of like
power
what
time
mine would
bubble,
be.
which is
Mine would
just
probably be like a
change,
mix between
and slow down how things are
and
moving
like
by changing
the
people's
beach
perception of time.
and then
Yeah.
summer and like
Lots
I'm
of
trying to think what
cool
else.
archetype
Like
of
gaming, I
personality
suppose.
out
Like
of his
gaming's
unconscious
probably
mind
my
and
other
bring
big
it
passion.
into, the world that he's
Like an
But Will, maybe yours is
on
like
the beach.
a court.
But let's talk
You
about
know?
the story for a second, because
With,
as
like,
the original
I don't know,
Psychonauts, we saw Raz
people who are in
training
courts,
to be part of the
barristers
team,
and
and now
shit.
perhaps he's part of a whole
And then also just
organization
piles
at
of
this
paper 'cause
point.
you
And
got lots
are
of
there
work to
other
do.
brain agents, other Psychonauts out there that maybe grew up in a completely
And like these
different
gavels just come
circus?
attacking you.
We have a lot of new characters in this game.
We do. We have
Like
lots of
everything in my
characters
mind
this
would be.
game. As soon as Raz arrives,
Like everything in mine would be cell shaded.
Immediately
Yeah, what would
gets
yours be,
introduced
Jace?
to
Like
the
a
interns.
bookstore, but also a
And
bit
the
of like
interns
military in
quickly tell
there.
him and show him
No,
how he
it'd be
fits
like,
into the organization.
oh yeah, like
They're right down at the
like
bottom.
action figures and
Yeah.
anime.
About to say
Earn his way back to the top.
anime.
But everyone's walking around with a rifle or like a military
And much
gun.
to his chagrin, his entire family, his entire
And then out of
embarrassing,
nowhere, it'd be like
circus
Pokemon
clothes
battles,
wearing
but
family
instead of
comes
like a
to visit
Pokemon,
him
it'd be
in
like
front of all his new
a
friends.
gunfight.
And so the interns find out that he's the awkward middle child of a circus family. Each one of them has their own quirks and foibles, and some of them are even psychic. And so a lot of their story gets told in this game, including their backstory and how it relates to the foundation of the Psychonauts themselves.
Well, I like that. And of course, as you might know already, I'm sold. But you, of course, already knew that. When can myself and the rest of the world exact some beefy, meaty revenge?
You can get back to the beef and play Psychonauts 2 on August 25th on Xbox Game Pass and PC.
There it is. Lizette, Tim, from Double
I'm not sure it's
Fine,
live
thank
for
you
us yet,
so
but
much. And you
maybe
know
it's
what?
not.
Extended
Yeah.
congratulations to everyone
went
at
live
Double Fine
9
on
a.m.
the launch of
today.
Psychonauts
Oh, did it?
2.
Okay.
I'm pretty
Thank you
sure.
so much.
Yeah, there was a
I'm excited.
countdown when I tried
you.
to download
And
it last
you can
night.
catch
Oh,
more
nice.
Tim
50
Schafer and
hours.
ask him those burning
So-
questions about the newest game in the fan favorite
Things are already
franchise
out.
in our Xbox Play stream tomorrow.
Yeah.
But first,
It's out.
we're going from cleaning
Nice.
out mental
Yeah,
cobwebs
there it is.
to cleaning up alien planets.
The
and
Gunk!
a supremely satisfying 4K 60 trailer for The Gunk.
This looks really interesting. I'm just keen on the mechanics in this game. Very,
one's this one?
very talented developer. This is the one they showed like last year at like their May showcase, I think.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It looks really cool.
Ooh, okay. This looks dope.
Yeah, I remember this one.
Planet is literally a paradise when the gunk's gone.
It's meant to be this year as well still. Don't say November. Make it like December or something. There's nothing else coming out.
I have a feeling this is like a Kim game for sure.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Oh, please, Max.
It gives me like No Man's Sky vibes.
Mm.
So that's why I think maybe it might be a Kim game.
Yeah. The character design's cool.
Game Pass, but when? When? That trailer
I don't know,
ended
but
really
you can play
weirdly.
it.
Can we finally get Forza? Shit.
We have talked about so many incredible games.
It's been
today,
going
and
for
if
how
we're gonna
long?
pick a
What?
favorite,
When?
Let me just say, it is so cool that Save
I was like, yep, the Gunk
Gunk
still exists.
Valley. Come on. And hey, you know what? Great job on that flight sim interview.
Far out.
Thank you. I mean, talking to Jorg is always a blast, and Flight Sim is such a special game to me because, I mean, it's literally letting me travel the world. But I was staring daggers of jealousy watching you talk to Tim and Lizette over at Double Fine.
Well, I will say this, I understand, but you got to play Psychonauts 2 already.
That's true, but it's not the same as talking to the creators. Just trust me when I tell you, be excited for Psychonauts 2.
I will say this as well, I am excited to see even more of Psychonauts 2 on our Xbox Play
About
streams.
16 minutes left.
Yes, don't forget, Xbox Plays will recap
No
all the
Halo
week's
though.
news throughout
I've
the week
noticed.
at
Not a word, not a
twitch.tv
peep on Halo.
Xbox.
Yeah.
So make sure to check
I
that
want
out.
to see Crossfire X as well. Apparently that's meant to be
Before
this
Kate and I
year
let
still
Playground
also.
Games take the wheel,
Really?
Let me just say that it has been our distinct pleasure to chat games and nerd out with everyone today.
Oh, it's hands down the best part of the job, for sure.
But we're far from done here.
Too true. Now, in June, Playground Games announced that Forza Horizon 5, the highly
When are they doing that
anticipated
opening night
follow-up
live?
to 2018's breakout
I think
hit
it's
open
tonight.
world driving
Or
game
like
Forza
that's
Horizon
tonight.
Early hours
4
of tomorrow morning,
arrives
yeah.
on November 9th on Xbox consoles, Xbox Game
Yeah, they did
Pass,
say that Xbox
console,
would show up there
PC,
with some
and
stuff,
cloud,
so
and of course, Steam.
who knows?
And if you're watching our Xbox YouTube channel, switch over to our Xbox Twitch channel to see all this new exclusive content.
And that is twitch.tv/Xbox for the full vroom vroom experience. And
Yeah,
you're
tomorrow
already
morning
watching
at
on
4
Twitch,
a.m.
One of the Forza channels. Stay right
Won't
where
be
you
there.
are.
Without further ado, let's dive in, starting with the new custom Forza Horizon 5 controller.
Ooh,
which
new
is
controller?
available for pre-order today, so players can have it in hand by November 9th when the standard edition.
We still don't have the cover art
launches.
yet of the game.
Well, let's check this out.
I like the colours already. Oh. Looks a bit OTT.
Whoa. That's a lot
That is
of
incredible.
Man,
Holy crap.
I've never seen him do a controller like that before.
That is nuts. Is that, oh yeah, that gold's translucent as well.
Transparent, yeah, so you can see the vibrate, the thingy.
The rumble.
Yeah.
Oh, they got the grips on there. Nice, nice.
That is pretty cool.
That's
yeah.
Kim, she's already pre-ordered. Nice work, Kim. That's a sexy ass controller.
That's a lot of color.
That's a lot of color.
Charlie here, and I'm at Playground Games with Forza Horizon creative director Mike Brown and Forza Horizon art director Don Arcetta. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Hello.
How cool is this?
Well, there it
It's
is.
stunning. Look at that.
Oh,
Well, we
wow.
obviously just saw a really cool video about it, and I'll be the first to say there is an amazing influence of Mexican car culture and music literally splayed right across the front. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. It just feels like it's a part of the Horizon Festival, like it's just dropped out of the game into your lap.
Different coloured triggers.
Love it.
Yeah.
And there's so much we do want to show the fans, and it's been quite difficult to decide where to start. So can you maybe tell us a bit more about the game, Mike?
Sure, yeah. So Forza Horizon 5 is bringing the Horizon Festival's unique brand of
I
fun
think
and
Xbox has the
freedom
best custom
to beautiful
controls,
and
honestly.
vibrant
Like you,
Mexico.
just compared to the
Playable
colours that
it's
like
the largest,
Nintendo and
most diverse
PlayStation do.
open world we've ever built in hundreds
And they're
of the
typically
world's
just
most beautiful and exciting cars.
different
Yeah, and
solid
people
colours,
think that
right?
Mexico is just a desert.
Just
or
look
a
at like
beach,
the
but
Sea of
there's so
Thieves or
much
the
more to
Gears
it,
or the
isn't there?
Halo controllers.
That's right.
This
Even though it
Forza
does
one.
have
Oh,
pretty
they're so
awesome
good.
beaches and a number of amazing deserts, it also has vast canyons, hidden temples, awesome, beautiful historic cities, and even a towering snow-capped volcano, the highest point we've ever had in a Horizon game.
So you've talked about how Forza Horizon 5 showcases powerful, all-new graphical features, but what more can you tell us about that?
So yeah, our Mexican HDR sky captures really illuminate the world to the point where you feel like you're really there. And thanks to the Xbox Series X and S, ray tracing is utilized in Forza Vista to really make our cars look more true to real life. You'll encounter the smallest of details as you travel throughout the world, all rendered in striking realism.
Oh, that's such an exciting overview. I cannot wait. And next up is something we know that Forza Horizon fans have definitely been waiting for the most. Mike, what exactly is that?
Yeah, that's right. We are about to reveal the cover of Forza
Oh,
Horizon
there you go,
5,
Shane.
featuring the incredible Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. Should we take a look?
Let's do it, yeah.
What a car.
Oh, the music.
Oh, listen to that. There's the key art.
I just want to see what it looks like on the actual box itself.
Now, those are two very different ways to explore Mexico. So what I want to know is why those two cars were chosen and what players can expect when they get behind the wheel.
Yeah, so those differences are exactly why we chose them. The Mercedes AMG 1 marks the first time a car features Formula One hybrid technology almost one-to-one from track to the street. And with the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands,
When I showed my brother
that's
the
primed for
E3 footage.
rugged
He's
off-roading across
huge
Mexico's vast
Forza
terrain.
fan.
And I'm
Yeah.
certain
Him and his
we'll
roommate
also
have
see more of
been
what these
playing
cars can
tons
do
of
in the game,
4 and
so I don't think we should keep them waiting
trading
any
new cars
longer.
online and
Mike,
whatnot.
can
Like,
you
they're
tell us about what
really
we're about
into
to
it.
see next?
Yes.
And I
so
showed him like
in
the
a few
map
moments'
for Forza
time,
Horizon
we'll
5 and he's
kick
like,
off
how
a
big
Forza
is it? And I was
Horizon
like,
5 Let's Go stream,
it's
and
50%
everyone
bigger
should
than
check
Forza
out for
Horizon 4. He's
a big
like,
deep dive into
what?
loads of new content and features from Forza
Just
Horizon
going
5.
absolutely nuts.
But before that, we
love
have
it.
8 minutes of brand new gameplay
8
where we're going to see
minutes.
both the Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021
Jeez.
Ford
Recline
Bronco
back, boys.
Badlands. And in typical Horizon
Get
fashion,
comfy.
we are going to see active volcanoes, cars jumping
I've got my
off
pods
cargo
here.
planes, and a race under
I'm
beautiful
jealous. I've
Mexican
got some in
skies
the
all the
cupboard,
way
but-
to the Horizon Festival.
I'll save it.
Should we check it out?
I think we should.
I opened it last night. It's almost finished.
Jason, you're right.
Fast and Furious type shit here, jumping down to a plane. Oh my god, this is the start of the game. I reckon this is how the game will start.
This is Fast and Furious.
Drop it
vibes,
like
right?
it's hot.
La Gran Caladeria. Oh, I've got goosebumps. Shit. Oh.
Here we take control of the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands, atop of the towering, snow-capped Gran Caldera volcano.
Look at the plane. Oh.
You gonna switch the camera, buddy? Come on, what are you doing?
Oh.
Oh my god, look at the sun reflecting off
Yeah,
the
this is
lake.
ridiculous. Holy shit, that is steep.
Another jump.
November 9th.
When you hit the ground, it feels like the camera bounces. Oh.
Yeah, I love that sort of stuff. Like all the little design touches, like that sort of inertia and whatnot is like really important for the feel of the game. Like the camera pulls back when you go off a jump as well.
Oh. Straight into the race.
Man. And you can race the plane!
Okay, drop the Mercedes. Yep.
Oh.
That carbon fiber. Mmm.
Drop zone approaching. Lovely day for a drive.
That was a Corvette.
Oh, this is the Corvette, sorry, not the Mercedes.
So now we see the 2020 Corvette Stingray tearing up the asphalt towards a dust storm in the Mexican farmland.
Dust storm.
Fast track
You know what I want to see is Toyota, because they lacked Toyota cars in the last Forza.
Yeah, Toyota notoriously, I think, hard to work with on the licensing front. Like, Toyota weren't in a lot of older racing games, like in the Need for Speed days, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because I don't think they want to see their cars damaged or something like that.
Yeah, Porsche was like that for the longest time until about, I think, Forza Motorsport 4, way back in 2011. Maybe 3.
Yeah, I just want to be able to drive my initial D cars.
I wonder what visibility is going to be like in this thing.
Lights go on. It's going to be cool.
That's pretty epic.
Oh, that's
cool.
Just watch the bloody minimap.
Yeah, I say you're driving. Remember when there was that huge dust storm in Sydney like years ago?
Yep. I remember vividly because I was minding my auntie's place over at Foresters Beach.
Oh no!
At that time, and she had 2 dogs, and I remember like I was still at the RSL at the time, and I remember waking up, and like I slept in, and all the curtains are closed, and I was like, "What is going on outside?" Over the windows, you think the fucking apocalypse is happening. Anyway, and then I hear that like the side gate is like blowing open. I was like, shit. So I literally still in my pajamas, like my underwear, just run outside and the dogs are loose. So I'm running up and down the streets in my underwear during like this friggin' sandstorm, trying to find the dogs.
Oh my god. Did you find them?
Yeah, they weren't far.
Oh my god.
Oh man. I remember just like trying to focus on the dogs and like ignore the the end of the world that's happening around me right now.
I just want to say that intercooler in the back of the window.
Yeah, right.
Oh, look at the.
Notice how like just there with like he hits the water in the river and like the camera like lurches forward as if sort of like
Even got like the spray of the water on the windshield.
On the windshields, yeah. Gosh, looks good.
This is beautiful.
So, if this is how good this looks, imagine what Fable's going to look like.
Well, imagine like this is cross-gen. This is still Xbox One as well. Imagine what Forza Horizon 6 is going to look like once they just let go of last generation hardware. Same with like Horizon Forbidden West as well. That's a PS4 game.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
and it looks that good. Both of these games. But yeah, I'm so pumped for Fable.
You're not gonna believe your eyes when you see this. Keep going.
Imagine driving a Warthog through all of this. Can you imagine if this is what Halo looked like?
Oh.
Space Flamingos?
Space Flamingos.
This has to be the mode. Come on.
This is it.
Wow. Look at those cooling vents. Come on, man. Do not drag. Oh.
That rear fin as well in the back there. The fin before the spoiler, like right in the middle.
Yeah.
It's aerodynamic, pushing it straight into the spoiler.
It's the same radio host across all the Horizon games. He's always there. That's a recognizable voice.
Such a smart move moving this to Mexico. Like for this one.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know where
really...
do they go next? Honestly, like
Japan.
Does Japan offer the same variety though?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah. Why not?
I don't know.
Think of Tokyo races. Man. Oh. They can like go to the snow-capped like north of Japan in Sapporo.
Yeah.
Drive through the countryside, see the cherry blossoms, the temples in Japan.
Have you been to Japan, Jess?
No, don't get me started.
You know who has been to Japan?
I don't know, some dickhead.
The other two guys on this stream.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something off about the lighting on that AMG on the cover. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's just too saturated.
It doesn't
right?
have.
Is that it?
Oh, where's the halo?
No halo. No Halo, no Perfect Dark, no Fable.
Oh, we're never getting Perfect Dark and Fable. They said 2021 games only.
But Halo, it's 2021 game.
I was really hoping for like a Halo release date, but also just like, oh, and by the way, Big Team Battle Tech preview this weekend.
That's why I'm hoping for opening night live. There's something there.
Actually, that's a great point. Yeah, we've still got that to come. There
Which
you go. That's
is,
it. What
4 a.m.
Initial thoughts?
Cool. I think no big hitters. Like a lot of jabs, and the only uppercut they had was like Forza at the end there. Like some cool indie games sprinkle in through that for me, but yeah.
What about you, Will?
Yeah, just to echo what Jay said, I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest. It is Gamescom. It's not. I wouldn't consider this like a small showcase of games. Obviously, E3 being the biggest, but I mean, I would have expected a little bit more. The Forza Horizon stuff was good. A lot of the indie stuff was good. I don't know if I'd play it, but it's good to see the indie presence there. And I mean, Psychonauts 2 was good. I don't think they really needed to highlight that, considering one, it's already out, and two, you know, if you're going to play it, you're going to play it. You're not going to change your mind because of what was shown in Gamescom. So I enjoyed it while it was there, but I thought it was going to be bigger than what it was.
Yeah, I think specifically on Psychonauts 2, like this was recorded, I think, last week, so they wouldn't have, didn't have access to like review scores and whatnot. It would have been the perfect opportunity to do like an accolades trailer where you show all these great quotes from all the reviews that are just, you know, praising it right now. But I think, no, just important to note, like, hey, for those tuning in who didn't realize Psychonauts 2 is out now, you can play it. But yeah, no, I kind of agree. Like, they say their 2021 slate, and you know, you hope, at least I had hoped for Halo Infinite to be here in some capacity. Obviously, we got the not so great news about Co-op and Forge not arriving at launch just a couple of days ago. That's I have thoughts on that. I'll probably do a video on it. But yeah, no, I at least thought, like, if it does rock up in the Gamescom opening night live, then that's also fine. But yeah, I guess I feel like this showing is probably going to be the one that gets more views. So it feels like Halo should be here instead of there. And also, Crossfire X is a big game being published by Xbox Game Studios, and the developer is adamant that it's 2021, and yet we still haven't seen it. So yeah, I'm a bit confused. A couple of like interesting surprises in there though, like State of Decay 2 DLC. Did not expect that. Totally going to play that. That's what was the colorful Dark Soulsy game that we saw?
Stray something.
Stray Fine. Stray. Here we go. I found it. Stray Blade. 2022 though, but looks cool. Gonna play it. And the Gunk. What the hell? Like a trailer that told us nothing. Still meant to be this year. So yeah,
I feel like we've already seen that trailer.
Well, yeah, like we got some cool new environments and, like, you know, a reminder that it's coming. But when? That would have been nice to see. So yeah, a bit disappointed, but and honestly, glad that I didn't wake up for this one, because I think you can tell, right? Like, this is a show hosted by Paris and Kate. It's not the Xbox team. You're not going to see Phil Spencer. You're not going to see Matt Booty. So you kind of know that, hey, this is going to be similar to the Xbox Games extended showcase they had at E3, where it's just more deep dives. So yeah, it didn't really bother me that we got like more than 5 minutes on Flight Sim and Wasteland, like these games that have already released. So overall, I thought it was all right, but yeah, I kind of wish it just had a bit more oomph. And I feel like Halo and Crossfire could have sort of provided that, or even just like more like some other interesting surprises from indies as well. But yeah.
No, I mean, I'm happy I watched it.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. So let's I guess let's see what opening night live brings. You know. So
yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Crossfired. I don't know.
Anyway, thanks, boys. I'll wrap up my stream.
Yeah, and thanks.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed that. Let us know what you thought of the show in chat or in the comments below if you're watching on YouTube later. He's hoping we get more at Gamescom opening night live with Jeff Keighley, really fanging for some more Halo news. He's hoping we get the next flight tech preview details then and there. Yes, controller was the best, Kim. That was a bloody beautiful controller. Bloody beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.